What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and happy Easter to you. It looked like Caitlin Clark sent out a strong message to all rookies in the WNBA making that transition from college. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. A great Easter, man. Look like Caitlin Clark has some things to say for these young rookies. Now, before we get into the story, we know there is going to be a lot of comparison this WNBA season to what Caitlin Clark had already did last year. And that goes for every rookie, including Paige Beckers and other ones. They is going to try to map out a way to connect Caitlin rookie year as being the standard for any damn player coming in from college. And I'm here to tell you guys that is just not the case. What we witnessed last year was remarkable, and I personally don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. Now, that's not saying that Paige can't come in and dominate this league. I'm here to tell you the physicality alone and what Caitlin Clark had to endure just to make the milestone she was able to make was simply remarkable in itself. Now, we know Caitlin Clark pretty much, she don't say too much like that in the public eye. Well, this time she did, man, and she spoke about the rookies. Let's pull up this article right now. Stated Caitlin Clark issues warning to WNBA rookies over brutal transition from college basketball. Now, we know there is a different type of level of style of play when it comes from college to the W. We witnessed it with Kayla and Angel, We can't forget about Angel getting choke slammed, what I'm saying? Could that happen? Somebody said the article goes on to say, speaking at a Mercedes-Benz event held during the Masters tournament, Caitlin Clark was asked about the biggest difference between college basketball, and the WNBA. Now, just like I stated, man, we all know there's a big-time difference between the two. I believe the speed of the game is different. Definitely the brutality of it is different. But it looked like Caitlin Clark went on record, man, to actually speak about these things. Now, I don't think she actually spoke about this in public before, but it goes on to say, needless to say, she didn't hold back as she described how mentally and physically the setup is. So you basically go home for one day and pack up your whole life and then move to a new city, the city that you get drafted to, Caitlin Clark shirt. So I think it's just the adjustment period to that you have. Could you guys imagine? You know what I'm saying? Like Caitlin said, you got to pack up your whole life, move to a city that you're probably unfamiliar with. Now you got to do everything to make sure that city stay relevant, at least for the basketball part. Now, it went on to say, Caitlin stated, I think the biggest difference is just how fast you have to move on and change from being a college student and a college athlete, and then your life as a professional athlete, and there's a lot that comes with that as well, too. Despite Clark's best efforts to describe how tough she found the WNBA, there's no denying that her rookie season was one of the best campaigns ever by a player. And that's what I keep telling y'all, bro. What we witnessed last year, I doubt we'll ever see that again, bro. Caitlin Clark displayed some of the best basketball attributes of any player, male or female, coming into a professional league as a rookie, doing the things she was able to do, breaking all the records she was able to break. That's why people is dubbing Caitlin Clark the GOAT. You can say what you want about those NCAA championships. You can say what you want. We know Caitlin is the GOAT, bruh. I don't know how many times we have to explain that. I don't know what it is for people not getting that, but Caitlin Clark is the GOAT. It went on to say the 23-year-old also had an unprecedented impact on the Indiana Fever and the league. Clark led the WNBA in assists last season and was also an all-star, garnering all WNBA first team and all WNBA rookie honors in her first year debut. Now, the 22-year-old averaged 19.41 percent shooting with 5.7 rebounds, 1.3 steals, and we all know Kayla Clark is the truth, man. Now, although Kayla Clark's biggest impact was arguably off the court, as her rivalry with Angel Reese helped raise the profile of both teams in the WNBA, which helped them secure that $2 billion media rights deal. Now, this article is breaking down, bro. If it wasn't for Angel Reese and Kayla Clark rivalry, bro, they wouldn't have got that, but preferably Kayla Clark. We know Kayla Clark played a major role in them getting that media rights deal. Now, I went on to say, but I always had dreams and big aspirations. I always wanted to be a professional. I don't think I would ever imagine it to be on the level that it is. And to see where women's sports is going, I think it's absolutely incredible. Caitlin Clark and the other WNBA stars return to action on May the 16th, and we will likely set another record-breaking blockbuster season opener for the Women's Basketball League. This was a great article, Talk Sports. That was my first time actually coming across that site. I just thought that was just a great article because it broke down everything in an in-depth way. Now, something else that your boy John Liquidator did come by today was a resurfaced audio footage of former Indiana Fever GM. I forget her name, but last year she had some things to say. But let's pull up this tweet right here because this definitely caught my eye. And I said, you know what, man? I'm going to share it with the family today, bro. I'm going to share this tweet because this was very interesting. Shout out to Lamont over on Twitter, man. See, you know, over here, we give shout outs. You know, we always give credit where credit is due, bro. It's never hard, not hard for me to do that. Somebody said, this is something that I won't ever forget. Y'all speak on negativity, but once again, CC is behind closed doors trying to help the other team get paid and more. So, I mean, she got y'all on nicer airplanes and more. Yeah, Paige is more vocal in person, but just because a person doesn't do all that great deeds in front of the media doesn't mean that they're fighting. And that was just a good way to say that, man. And let's check out this. So basically he's saying that Paige speak more in the public eye, but Caitlin Clark is doing more behind the scenes. Here's why they got them private flights, man. Caitlin probably spoke up about that, dog.
And since it's off the record, here's all you need to know about Caitlin Clark. When we would go to away games, they always sold out. Unbelievable. So Atlanta would normally have 3,000, 4,000 people. Now they have 17,000 people, and they sold 1,000 standing room only tickets. So when we walked into the arena, people were on that third balcony looking down at the tops of our players' heads to watch. It's really hard to take in. After a few away games and all of the sellouts, Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players. She said, wow, we're making all this new revenue, and I would like the away team to benefit from that. Could they get a spot bonus? So that's the heart of Caitlin Clark.
And see, you know, that's the part we all forget. We all forget that she exposed all of that. Because if it wasn't for Allison Barber letting us know what was going on behind the scenes, guess what? We would never know that Caitlin Clark wanted those players to get spot bonus. We would never know that, bro. That thing would have never come into fruition when nobody said a word if it wasn't for Allison Barber.
I mean, that's a classy, amazing person.
So, but it's absolutely.
The answer was no, by the way, because it's a collective bargaining agreement and the Players Association couldn't.
But it is a little bit like the Michael Jordan effect, right? Mm-hmm. So, in other words, this is changed to some degree, changing the economics of the sport in a really remarkable way.
It's the people at Nike told me that the thing that Caitlin has done is also similar to what Tiger did in that they brought new fans to the sport.
Right.
So Michael Jordan energized and became a role model for all the kids. Caitlin's got that. She's brought new fans to it.
Now, that is the issue there. The whole new fans thing is that something I've been noticing, you know, since I've been here for over a year now. You know, people get in my comment section if they want. No, I was not watching the W. I did not know how the W worked. I did not know any of these damn players before Caitlin Clark got here. Like, I'm going to keep it 100, bro. Like I've never said, like, I watched the W prior to Caitlin Clark getting here. Now, shout out to the content creators that did. But as for your boy, John the Liquidator, man, I was in football world, man. I was in Colorado, man. I was not over here, bro. I was covering Angel Reese, covering Caitlin Clark when they was in college. I was not tripping off the W, bro. So for those of y'all who always want to poke fun at me for not knowing the league and, You know, all the old guard fans. So forget y'all, bro. And that is the issue there. Because all of the old guard fans, they want to poke fun at the new fans. Oh, you didn't know what this was, or you didn't know who she was. Don't nobody give a damn, bro. We here now, though. We here now. Who cares, bro? Just be happy to have an actual fan base, WNBA old fans. Damn. Let's get back to the footage, dog.
But she's even more than that in that she's 22. So she came right out of college and hit, very successful. I mean, our start to our season was tough. I got emails all the time from people. You should fire your coach. You should fire your GM. You should, because we were on the road playing the best teams. It was really hard. And then one day I got an email from a fan that said, you should be fired.
Who's going to do that?
No, I printed it. I'm like, oh my God, they think I'm relevant. Like, this is awesome.
And guys, we all remember that time last year, man, when everybody wanted Chrissy Size up out of there. Ultimately, Kelly came in to do what she had to do. Shout out to Allison Barber. I don't know what the situation was with her, but we also know Amber Cox came in and pretty much turned this thing around, man. I want you guys to get down in the comment section right now. Let me know your thoughts about this. Happy Easter. Keep them bells on, because you want to know why? Because I'm going to bring you the news, dog. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out. Shake